you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Bruins Vibes.
Bruins win the Stanley Cup.
Going into the corner. But, oh, there goes a
Gigantic. Are you kidding me?
The sickest Boston Bruins podcast.
Sends it in, and it's Pasternak scores! Series winner for David Pasternak and the Bruins.
It's gonna be sick.
Many Christmases ago, I went to buy a doll for my son. I reached for the last one they had, but so did another man. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way.
What happened to the doll?
It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Hey, for all you Seinfeld fans, obviously Jimmy, a big Seinfeld guy, back from convalescence. He's back with us. Jimmy, you're feeling better. You got your Santa hat on. You look utterly ridiculous, but God love you. You're here. Let's talk about it. What's up? Bruins lose in a debacle, 6-2 to the Canadiens. Welcome back, buddy.
I got a lot of grievances, Tara, Brendan. All right. And one of them, we're going to start right with your lighting. I mean, you look like you're on Star Trek. Where's Scotty? Should we beam you up? We got to get this.
This is a great shirt.
I am going to fly to Detroit at some point in the next month, and I'm going to stay with your family and you, and we are going to fix the lighting in your studio, man. Oh, there we go. That looks a lot better, man. You're looking sexy like Star Trek right now. There we go, man. That's much better. Much better. Great to see you, man. I missed you. How are you?
I'm okay, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. It's the holidays, it's Festivus. We can air some grievances, and I know you got a lot, I'm sure, after that game. But as I've been trying to do in our text chain, to calm you down. I mean,
I'm completely calm. I think that and we'll get the gang on here.
You want me to read I won't read the text out of your respect for your privacy, but if I read them, I don't think anyone would think you're calm. Maybe you are now.
Well,
you weren't in the moment.
People don't know me.
Maybe I calmed you down. Maybe I calmed you down.
No. You actually get my blood pressure up, buddy.
Yeah. When I drew an analogy to taking you to a dentist's office in Tijuana.
Yeah. But yeah. But texting with you about hockey is never.
Well, because I'm telling you the truth, Brendan. That wasn't on the refs. Wasn't on Marco.
I know it wasn't on the refs. But so we're gonna do the air the grievances. I think Mark. Our good buddy Mark Aller, that pinch hit for you the other day, Ethan, maybe even Chris will all agree that this was the week that Marco stepped in it. This was not Marco Sturm's best week.
Yeah.
He's lost my support for the Jack Adams. And here's why. Look, they got waxed tonight. They responded weakly after getting the goal disallowed. And to your point, it was no goal, but who knows what the hell no goal is, and that's I think part of my problem. Just like no one knows what pass interference is, no one knows what first down is. It's all stupid, and it shouldn't be this stupid because of all the technology that we have. The refs should be better now with all this technology behind them, but they're actually worse in every sport than when we were kids, when guys like Andy Van Helleman and Red Cashin and Jake O'Donnell. I could go name I can't really think of a legendary umpire. Harry Wendelstead. There we go. Just called the game. They studied the game. They watched the game. They called it right. They made judgment calls. So we got on with their life. My problem with that call was the guy being in the far corner, as Brick said, after his thinking that it was not interference, was him just immediately waving the goal off. Like if the light goes on, it's like when with touchdowns in football, call the touchdown and then let replay prove whether it's good or not. You know what I mean? Like, and you're right. In a vacuum, that was the correct call, but don't just wave off goals when the red light came on and it wasn't egregious. So then let Toronto decide. But anyway, back to my first grievance about Marco Sturm.
Okay.
Look, the Bruins blew it when that goal was waved off. They came out completely flat. like they've looked during this losing streak. But Marco Sturm had a bad week this week. As you actually started thinking they had a huge win. They come off that trip. They have a huge win against
What did I tell you?
Utah.
Mhm.
Okay. You're feeling good. Then they play the Edmonton Oilers. You know, it's now they've righted their shit. They got rid of Stuart Skinner. Now, granted, their goaltending situation may be worse now because Tristan Jarry, as you always said, is currently hurt. But great hockey game Thursday night, fun to watch. You saw the best players in the world going at it. Oilers beat the Bruins. But to your point, Marco Sturm was a little bit outcoached by Knoblauch there.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, you're 1-1 on the homestand, and then you have the Vancouver Canucks who are playing with house money, coming into town, coming off a back-to-back. You have the perfect opportunity to play your average to below average backup goalie in that game, okay? Because the numbers, the analytics show that your star netminder with 4 starts in a row is not very good. His last time he did it was when he played the Red Wings here in Detroit, and he got lit up. It was very shaky. And then I think where Ethan will be the most pissed about, you scratch a guy who's a 200-foot player in Alex Steeves, who contributes on all ends of the ice, for Jeffrey Vial, who serves no purpose other than getting in the way, and you lose the game. And then you try to like put the Band-Aid, you know, the what's the analogy? The thing back in the dam the next night against Ottawa, and then that turns into a debacle. I don't think anyone's as frustrated if you win that Vancouver game. As you said, a tough trip, holidays, you're with family. 2-3 looks a hell of a lot better than the 1-3-1 that they were. And if they win that Vancouver game, I don't think anyone's is outraged. And so I guess the point I'm getting to, he's just got to play his best lineup, and he's got to just do logical things. This taking guys out, as you've said a million times correctly, this roster is not strong enough to compete on a night in, night out basis with the skills some of these teams have, which all 3 teams, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Montreal, clearly have more skill than the Bruins, right? Like, you got to put your best guys out there, and trying to motivate a guy like Steeves when your option is Jeffrey Vial is just fool's comedy. So that's my first grievance. The floor is yours on this Festivus. Take it away.
Okay. I don't know where to start there. Let's just start with tonight. Okay. Let's start with tonight with, let's go back to the goal that was called back. It definitely was the right call.
Right call.
But here's my thing. And this will credit to you, to, your criticism of Sturm, but more so to his video coaches, because it's not really Sturm making this call. He depends on his video guys to get it right. If you were gonna review either that or the one they ended up reviewing on Montreal's goal in the third period that then put them shorthanded, you review the one that got called back on your team. Like, I think they should have reviewed that. At the moment, I was unclear. I wasn't like, oh my God, that's a goal, or oh my God, it's not a goal. I was very in between. And until the intermission, when the guys in the Nesson panel started to break it down and they gave us different replays than we saw in the immediate aftermath, I didn't know if it was a goal, to be honest. But then you saw that and it was clear it was not a goal. So I think that's a mistake on the coaching staff as a whole. I'm not going to pin that all on Marco Sturm, because Marco Sturm's job isn't to sit there and, make sure that he's got all these video challenges correct. That's on his
assistants are supposed to help him. Yep.
100%. So I'm going to put it there. And I going back to what you're saying, they come off their road trip. They come into a 5-game homestand at the holidays. I told you, Brendan, before this trip, when I had hardly any voice, and I think we were just texting, and I said,
it's a blessing.
This is the worst thing right now for a hockey team, is to have a 5-game homestand at the holidays. And whether fans want to acknowledge it or not, or whether they realize it or not, yeah, these guys are human beings. Half of them have families. They have wives. They have kids. They have in-laws. They have their own family. They have people coming into town for the holidays. They have a crowded condo or house. They have things that they're not used to doing are all of a sudden in their face. So in the middle of it, you're in the middle of a 5-game homestand that could make or break you as you go into the new year and set the tone for 2026. And it's just not a good time to be home. And I'm not making excuses. Oh. I'm just trying to say, and this again, and I'll credit you again. I think Sturm has hit a lull here. I think Sturm has lost his grip that he had on the team earlier. He is struggling right now to adapt, and he clearly did not. And part of it is they don't have enough practices, so I'll give him that.
Yes, true.
But right. But at the same time, I'm sure there was a plan. But whatever the plan was to overcome all the distractions there are of being at home during the holidays for 5 games straight, when everybody else, the media and the fans are looking at it, oh, this is great. I mean, you should win 4 out of these 5 games. No problem. Like you should destroy Vancouver. Well, by the way, people might want to look at current form sometimes and not just reputation when they're judging how you might do against a team that you're playing that night. Vancouver was on a 3-game win streak coming into there. Vancouver was playing the best hockey they played all season ever since they traded Quinn Hughes. They were rolling as they came into Boston. And yes, they were on a tail end of a back-to-back. And yes, I think the Bruins should have found a way to beat them. But I didn't think by any means, in all due respect to you, you seem to think that was a cinch win. I don't think
it should have been.
No, it shouldn't have been. There's no cinch win in the NHL. Let's make that clear. I don't care if you're the Edmonton Oilers playing the Charlestown Chiefs. Okay? And I'm talking the Edmonton Oilers in the 80s. There is no cinch win in the NHL. That is why they play the games. And if you show up thinking like there's a cinch win, then you're going to get embarrassed. You're going to get absolutely embarrassed. And that's what happened to the Bruins.
But to your point, he's overthinking.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Okay, because you did go.
I'm going to go change my shirt. This shirt's driving me nuts. Carry on.
Well, then what's the point of me talking and countering your point if you're not going to listen to me?
Huh?
What's the point of me countering your point if you're not going to sit here and listen to me?
I tune you out anyways. I'm just kidding. Continue. I'm sorry.
What a welcome back by this guy, huh?
Go ahead. Anyway, carry on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My ADD's kicking. Go ahead.
Yeah, your ADD kicking is so is your hockey ignorance. All right, so here's the deal. You don't go into any game thinking it's an easy win. And that Vancouver game was not going to be an easy win. And unfortunately, the Bruins thought like you, and they paid for it. Then you go in and you face Ottawa the next night. Ottawa is a division rival that you've struggled against this season. I don't care how bad Linus Ullmark is. I don't care what a sieve you think he is. He's still part of the Ottawa Senators who have owned you this season, who have absolutely owned you. Okay? And they did it again. Then you go in against the Montreal Canadiens, okay, who are, as you said to start this show, and I wish we're going to have Jimmy clip that and save it because I can't believe those words came out of your mouth. You said, and it's fact, they are more skilled than the Boston Bruins right now. They are a much more skilled team. And you can put away your Canadiens hate. I'm proud of you that you did that. You told it like it is. The Canadiens are a better team than the Boston Bruins as we speak. Maybe that changes next year, the year after. Who knows what the future brings. But as we speak, and I don't care what the standings say, as we speak, on paper and on the ice, the Montreal Canadiens are a better team than the Boston Bruins. And as I said to you, when that goal got called back, I said, okay, maybe it's a goal, maybe it's a not. But here's the big test right now.
Wilton.
It's time for that. What was the word I said? What do they need to do? Sack up. It's time for the Boston Bruins to sack up for once and for all in this homestand. It was time for them to sack up. And you know what they did? They hung their heads and they felt sorry for themselves. And that was it. And then they unraveled and they became absolutely undisciplined. And look, as I text you, Zadorov, and I said it to Andy Brickley, who was on with Pierre McGuire and I on the eye test today, I'm eating crow. He's won me over. He's become a good leader in that dressing room. He's showed a lot of discipline on the ice. But Once that goal happened, he went back to the old Zadorov and was just playing reckless and playing like an idiot. And I respect what he did, challenging the Habs bench. I thought it was great. I loved it. It's good team spirit. I respect what he did coming to defense of his teammates. But at the same time, he played reckless. And so
that's
the
final. That's the final failure of this F- week by Marco then. Because if you know it, longtime hockey scribe, fans know it, knowledgeable fans know it, he needs to, you know.
He needs to call timeout.
Well, he needed to strip the paint off the wall in intermission and make sure that doesn't happen. Like, all right, it was no goal. Stop being a bunch of bleepity bleeps. Let's go out there and win one for the Gipper, so to speak. Like,
okay. But when Caulfield scored the power play goal, 8:43 into the third, he needs to call a timeout and reel the team.
100%. Great call. Yes. Absolutely.
Right there. That's
right.
where he needs
to
call
timeout, use it, stop the bleeding. And who knows what the hell happens. But anyways, back to the Vancouver game. My counter argument is, yes, you cannot, tongue-in-cheek, you can't assume any win in the NHL. However, when
good call by good call. Right, wait a minute. I'm corrected. Great call by Chris. He lost the timeout because of the challenge.
Oh, there you go. Okay, fair enough. All right.
Good call.
But you cannot, when stuff was going south after the Edmonton game, you cannot put shackles on your team and get cute with your lineup. Like, that was not the game to do it. Like, if they, if he wants to get cute with the lineup after them getting embarrassed tonight, Saturday in Buffalo, all for it. If you want to send a message to somebody, but like, and I think even Ethan, the last show, mentioned his quote, something about, well, Steve's game hasn't gotten to where, it's.
Well, Brendan, he's right, though. I mean, Steve's, at the point when Steve's got scratched, he had 1 goal and 1 point in his last 6 games. So, like, Steve's is not a regular in the lineup. I think we can agree on that.
But no. See, he's not a regular on a.
He's a hole plugger. He plugs holes.
Roster. He's
right. So then what is wrong with Sturm trying to shake it up and bring in a guy that can add some toughness and maybe
they already have enough of that. They already have enough of that.
Who can fight in the lineup other than Zadorov in that lineup like Zial can? He's a heavyweight. Janot's not a heavyweight. Janot's not a heavyweight.
Everyone seems to be pretty scared of him. No one wants to fight that
really?
guy. We talked about that before.
Well, really? Did Josh Anderson look scared of him when he went toe-to-toe with him? That was one of the best fights I've ever seen, by the way.
And Anderson lost. I mean,
Did he lose? Really?
He kind of got him at the end. He floored him with the punch. But anyway, I just think that you're not playing a division rival. Even if you want to goon it up a little bit against you're playing the Canucks.
He's looking for a spark, Brendan.
And it blew up in his face because it's not like you're bringing in some sniper. Like,
you're acting like he benched. You're acting like he benched Pasternak. He benched Alex Steves.
It's not about Alex Steves. It's about Jeffrey Vial, more so. Because to me, you have to. This team has such a thin margin for error. You have to play your best lineup every night, or you risk.
So, how is leaving a guy in that has 1 point in 6 games your best lineup?
Because he's a 200-foot player, plays the body, plays good defense.
But he wasn't playing the body. He was playing like shit, and he said it himself.
I don't know. I think. Well, yeah. I mean, maybe his game had slipped, but my point is, I'm with you on his game slipping. But Jeffrey Vial is not the elixir. That's my whole point.
Okay.
I don't ever want to see Jeffrey Vial in a black and gold uniform again. He stinks.
Okay, really? But how is that Sturm's fault? What's his option? What else was his option other than Jeffrey Vial? Does he call the guys up from Providence, or does the management?
Management does.
Okay, so then how's that on Sturm?
Because he, like I said, he felt like pulling the strings.
Because it's not. Okay, but we agree. We agree that he's hit a bump. He needs to adapt right now. This is, I think, the first time we've seen Sturm struggle to adapt and to have the answers. And you can have your opinion. I disagree with you, but your opinion is he made the wrong answer. That was the wrong solution there. Okay, that's a valid opinion. But we both agree. Let's stop disagreeing and fighting and everything and arguing semantics.
No, it's a healthy argument, though. I mean, I see your point of it.
We both agree, though. Okay, so I think let's see how Sturm reacts for this upcoming road trip. Let's see what he puts together as lines. Let's see. I'll tell you one thing that I love that he did, though, when Arvidsson came back, and I told you this is what he would do. I love that he put the third line back together. You know,
something to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
you know what? I want to get into my most egregious grievance on my part. That no one's really talking.
And by the way, so you're saying no matter what he does for the rest of the year, he shouldn't get the Jack Adams? Or are you just saying right now he's out of the running?
No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying he's lost Brendan's support for the Jack Adams.
Right now. But can he earn your support again?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess there's always a chance. You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Bro, for your health, you need to not be so extreme with every game, every period, every shift.
Not extreme at all. I'm just you know, I like putting it out there. I like putting myself
Before I got sick, you were with me that he's a Jack Adams Award finalist, and now you're saying he could go 40-0 for the rest of the season, and he might not get your vote.
Content, bro. It's content.
All right.
Bring these listeners in because
I'm just worried about you, buddy. That's all.
No, you shouldn't be. It's the Brendan Mush. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe this is me doing the Brendan Mush here. But anyway, my worst grievance hasn't really even been talked about. Okay. Fast forward to the end of the final 2 minutes of that Ottawa game, and you have Nick Jensen, Slewfoot, David Pastrnak. Why in God's green earth name is Pasta out there in a 6-2 game when you can let a goon like Jensen, and then he got, submarine by Riley Grigg? What is he doing out there? When that game was over, that game was maybe uglier than, that game was uglier than tonight, because tonight at least was 2-2 going to the third. That game was basically, for all intents and purposes, was over, right? Like, why was Pasta out there at that point? That, to me, that's not that. Do you think McDavid would be out there? Or
McKinnon? Pasta wanted to be out there.
I mean, that would be the only part of the argument. But to see him get slew-footed, can you imagine? What if he had blown his knee up because of that slew-foot?
But he didn't.
But it's still a risk, and it's still foolish to play with fire. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just really not smart coaching.
Okay.
But what do I know?
All right. Hey, it's Festivus. Air your grievances, brother.
I feel like
and we're going to clip all this because when the Bruins gone on a 10-game win streak heading into the Olympic break, and you're hailing for Marco Sturm to be coach of the year and he's the best Bruins coach ever, we're going to play these clips again.
I am also Irish and I'm stubborn, so I'll never go and do that. I won't. I'm too stubborn.
You're a roller coaster.
But anyway, I mean, this is what, and it's funny on social media. I was telling people, like, after the game the other night, this is what we want, but you cannot have the team falling apart in the third period like they did tonight.
Okay.
Like you said, playing with reckless, just playing foolish hockey.
Yeah.
They play their best. They can hang with any team in the league. Mark and I said it after the Edmonton game. Okay. They can play with any team in the league when they bring their A game, when Swayman is premier goalie. And, it also has to be lost, and it can't go without being said. Where have the Bruins star players been in this losing streak? Pasta has 1 goal. And trust me, I love Pasta. I'll never be in the Pasta bashers, but your best player's got to step up, and I felt like he looked shaky tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about him.
No, I'm not worried about him, but the Bruins star players, for them to be successful, have to play well, and they haven't been playing well. They haven't played well since.
He's got a goal and 2 assists in 4 games.
But he had 7 points coming off the injury.
Look, I just
again, I'm not dogging Pasta. I'm not whatever, but I'm just saying, he was the one that came out today and said it was the biggest game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like he was gripping the stick a little too tight. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what the listeners think. What you think?
We'll go there for a second, but here's a thing that I'm surprised you haven't brought up, and not many people are talking about it right now. This is, I think, the elephant in the room. I'm not worried about Pasa. I'm not worried about Charlie McAvoy. I'm not worried about, give me another star forward, a defenseman, Hampus Lindholm. I'm not worried about Fabo Zaka. I'm worried about this guy who has let in his last, let's see.
Oh, Swayman.
Yeah. 4 goals on 23 shots against Vancouver. 3 goals on 25 shots against Edmonton. 1 goal on 21 shots against Utah. Nice. 6 goals on 31 shots against Minnesota.
That was Corpusalo.
No, it wasn't. That was.
Oh, yeah,
4.
You're right. It wasn't. You're right.
Okay. So let's just start there. And then he lets in 6 goals tonight. Right? Can we talk about that?
Let's do it. Yeah, I mean,
something's off. Something's off. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's tried something different or he didn't make an adjustment he needed to. But you look at that Bolduc goal, the one that went off the back of his mask and into the net. And I mean, it was almost like if you were playing a video game. They didn't have it in hockey, but I'm going to show my age here, Brendan. You might remember that game. Was it NBA Jam where, like, if your guy was coming down and you had a sweet shot for a 3-pointer and it would go ding, 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 and then the sirens would go off and it's like, shoot it.
It was NBA Jam. Yeah.
Shoot it, right? I mean, Bolduc gets that puck and there's Swayman leaving that whole upper side right there open. And that siren's going off of Bolduc. He's like, holy shit, look at that. Boom, goal. He's off. His positioning is off. He had a great start to the season, but something is going on with him, and they need to figure it out fast because Corpusalo, as you've pointed out, is a goddamn mess. And I'm saying this right now. If I'm Don Sweeney, I'm either looking to Providence or I'm looking on the trade market for another backup because Corpusalo,
unfortunately,
he's cooked. And I know you're going to have to eat some money, but enough is enough on that.
Well, and it's funny.
You need to figure out what's going on right now. NBA Jam, there it was. Thanks, Jimmy. Was released in April 1993. I was a senior in high school. There you go.
Wow. Well, to your point with, what they're dealing with, on this homestand.
In April 1993, Bill Clinton was partying with Donald Trump on Epstein Island. But go on. There we go.
Oh, God. Anyway, you can edit that portion of the show out there, Jimmy. Jimmy in Montreal. Anyway, like you with the family and the distractions, Mr. Swayman did find out he's going to be a dad. Week.
He's a human. So maybe that's it. Maybe he's a little off right now.
Maybe he's excited. We're all a little bit scared that first time that, you're happy, you're thrilled, you want a happy baby.
Nobody's playing
all this other. Right.
You know what? We need him and goalie Bob to have a couple Zen sessions, get it together. Look, Chris, I agree with you. The defense hasn't been great in front of them, but at the same time, Swayman's let in a lot of softies lately. Let's call a spade a spade.
Oh, it's both. Yeah. Andrew Peake's been atrocious the last month. His numbers bear that out, but we've talked about that basically every episode of this podcast.
I'm surprised you're Andrew Peake and you're all over Sturm. I'm surprised you haven't brought up him putting him on the shootout.
I mean, again, the boobery that's gone on the last week. I mean, that's that whole Vancouver game. I mean, that was the edifice of.
I freaking hate the shootout. It's just
I do too.
I don't know how to judge players and coaches on that because I just think it's a stupid gimmick and it's ruined the game.
If I didn't honestly, I'm gonna let you on a little secret as a hockey fan. Until we started doing this podcast, if the Bruins went to a shootout, I'd just turn it off.
Yeah,
and then I'd see what happened afterward. You know what I mean? When I was just watching these games as a observer, like, oh, it's a shootout, screw it. And then I'd go do a chore or something, and then I'd pull okay, they won in the shootout, great. Because it's so cheesy. It's like the stupid ghost runner in baseball. You know what I mean? It's gimmicky. It's carnival-esque. like, play, make the overtime 10 minutes or something. They got to do better.
Yeah.
With the 3-on-3. So I guarantee you someone would score in 3-on-3 in 10 minutes, right? If they don't score in 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other segment. But yeah, Swayman, he's killing him right now. And you're right. He needs a trip to the goalie Bob laboratory.
Yep.
To get
and let's
straightened out.
Drink some eggnog. Everybody reset. Come back from Christmas. Go on the road.
Maybe it's terrible to say, but maybe hey, maybe the fiance is throwing decorating stuff at him and all this and that, and they're he's burning it at both ends, and they're huh?
It's not her fault. It's just life.
No. I'm just saying, maybe what he needs is maybe the long road trip is going to be good for him.
Yeah, everybody needs to just get out of Dodge, be with the boys, bond again, and take it from there. It's a long season, guys, and like you said to me, 85% of this league right now, and you called it correctly, Brendan. God bless you. They're mid, so you can do
It's a mid plus after that. Utah
look at the Buffalo Sabres right now.
Yeah, 6 in a row, and they're not good.
Are they in the playoffs right now?
I think so.
No, they're not there yet. But they're 2 points out of the playoffs. Who would have thought that?
No one.
2 weeks ago. Who would have thought that? So this is what
everyone has a long winning streak. Everybody. Everyone has a long losing streak in every season.
Roll. Just calm down. Pump the brakes and let's take some questions.
Let's take some questions from the listeners. Producer Jimmy in Montreal. There's my guy.
Yes,
doppelganger at Mark Allred 47-27. This should be an interesting post-game discussion. What was the start of a good rivalry game? It quickly fizzled out for Boston mid-game. Yes, sir.
It was kind of like the opposite of the first Bruins-Habs game, the one up in Montreal, right? I mean, the Bruins played the role of the Habs in the last game. Both games started off with fights, intense, back and forth, and then the Bruins just pulled away. Same thing tonight, but Montreal pulled away. It was like identical. So I'm looking forward to the next one, January 24th, and then they close the season.
Yeah. St. Patrick's Day. We know.
That's going to be a battle, dude. That's going to be a lot of Bruins fans up for that.
Oh, maybe James Higgins will be playing for the Bruins.
No, not by then. They'll still be in the hockey. They won't even be through the Hockey East yet.
It's St. Patrick's?
Yeah. It's that
April.
weekend. Yeah.
April. Okay, fair enough. All right, what else you got for us there, Jimmy? At Fabrice Bellin.
That was
after
filthy.
Caulfield's goal, Swayman will need therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
Caulfield. That was nasty. Caulfield is such a goal scorer, man. Oh my God.
It'd be nice if the Bruins had more than 1.5 goal scorers. But I digress. We talk about that all the time. Anyways, what else you got, Jimmy? At C066342, complete and utter collapse. They fell apart when their goal was called back, and any pieces left were gone when they lost their challenge. Yep.
Exactly.
They all threw their hands up, waved the white flag, and I'm sure. I think I would say honestly, I think that their president of hockey operations is probably the most pissed after this game than any game so far this season. I'm sure Cam Neely is not a happy camper right now with how all that went down. How they tucked their tail, like you said, tucked their tail between their legs, Sturm making gaffes, undisciplined. I'm sure Seabass, my guy, is not happy right now wherever he is at this moment. Hell, maybe he's listening to Bruins Vibes. Log in, Cam, under your fake name. What else you got for us, Jimmy? Harry Mostaway, 87-37. Bruins made their own bed tonight. Giveaways and penalties, self-inflicted. Also have to say, though, officiating in this league is the worst in pro sports. Yes. Harry, I don't know if it's the worst in pro sports. The NFL saying hold my beer, but it's bad. Like I said, I remember when they didn't have all this technology, and do you
remember when Jim Schoenfeld told Koharski to have another donut? How good was the reffing then? I mean, dude, it's a tough job. I'd take Andy Van Helleman now, and he's probably 80,
over 90% of the refs in the league.
Yeah, I'd like to see you ref a game and then see what you say.
No, I don't want to ref a game.
Yeah, because
I hate it's one
of the hardest jobs in sports.
But I hate referees, so I don't want to hate myself.
No, you don't want to eat crow and realize that you shouldn't hate referees and understand that they'll have a tough job and you could never do it. Next question.
Hit us, Jimmy. There's Fabrice again. B. Bellin. Happy Festivus, George.
Festivus for the rest of us.
So I was never a big Seinfeld guy. I mean, I watched it, but
that was a great episode. It's a great episode.
What else you got, Jimmy? Yeah, there's my boy. At Ethan Russell, 55-12. So you challenge that goal, but not the one that makes more sense. It puts you ahead going into the third period. Not a great week for Marco Sturm.
No.
Bingo.
It was Yep.
Yep. He needs some time away from the family to figure his stuff out. Hopefully the road trip's good for him as well. What else you got for us, Jimmy? There's Mark Allred, 47-27. Great to see a healthy and happy Jimmy Murphy and my twin brother from another mother. LOL. Yeah, I mean, you know,
like that, Mark.
It is great to see me. It's just okay to see Jimmy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you, Mark.
C-No 66242. Jimmy, welcome back again. Sorry, our show cursed you. Yeah, there you go.
I was on right before that night I had when I texted you in the morning. I said, dude, I'm screwed. Yeah. It was a rough period after that, Chris, but I appreciate it. And you know what? That had nothing to do with you guys. I just lesson for all you out there watching right now, who have hit 40 or about to hit 40 and up. Don't push your body. When your body tells you something, listen to it. I've learned that the hard time too many times. This thing has been nagging me. I mean, Brendan will tell you since going back before I left for Ireland the first time. Remember, Brendan? And like, I just kept pushing it. And finally, my body just said, screw you. And it was, it made me think a lot. I'll tell you that. Take care of your body and listen to your body. That's all I'll say.
Hey, even the young, it's going around. My adorable daughter, Aubrey, has flu B right now. So she gets to spend Christmas with flu.
Oh, yeah. The nurses were telling me about that thing.
Yeah.
The kids are getting slammed by it.
Yeah, she's hurting. She's coughing a lot. Anyway, what do we got, Jimmy? Hit us with some more comments. C-No 66342. Bruins fell apart. That isn't on the officials. True.
That's why I like Chris. Tells it like it is. He's a big fan, but he'll tell it like it is.
At 6342, if you made the correct call, why does replay need to make the call?
Valid point, Chris.
At C-No 6342. Wait. Are you blaming Swayman for the vandalism?
No. Brendan, I don't know about you, but I'll just say I'm not blaming Swayman for any loss. I'm simply stating that Swayman is not the Swayman we saw for most of this season so far.
But that goes back to my point about Sturm. Everyone that follows and covers the league, the analytic, and trust me, I think analytics are a part of it in every sport. They're important with all this data and all this stuff. The numbers show that Swayman, after 3 consecutive starts, there's a serious drop-off.
Yep.
And I get it. He wants to play his gut. But that is my whole point, right? Like, and then you're forced to play Korpisalo against Ottawa, who, you know, have crushed the Bruins this year. I think you have a better shot of maybe stealing that game if you give Swayman Saturday off, play Korpisalo. Maybe they play free and loose, and I think they win that game.
Valid point, Brendan.
Regulation.
But if you're Jeremy Jacobs and Cam Neely and Don Sweeney and Charlie Jacobs, and you're paying him what you are, you want him to be able to play more than 3 games in a row at a time. Like what happens in the playoffs? What are you going to put? Are you going to put Korpisalo in for game 4 because Swayman just played 3 games?
True. And he's proven he can do it in the playoffs. But my point is that in the regular season, for whatever reason, and it could be between his ears, it just doesn't go as well.
Yeah, everything you say is true, but I get why the Bruins are doing it. That's all I'm saying.
And you've also made the point that I think the last time you were on, you said that no matter what anyone says or how much you pay your goalies, you need a 1A and a 1B because it's a long season and this packed Olympic schedule, all this stuff, all these back-to-backs. Like, and I just think that all of Stern's moves when he walked out of TD Garden last Tuesday after they beat the Mammoth hasn't been good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
what do we got, Jimmy? What are you wowing?
Nashville Predators just beat the Wild in Minnesota 3-2 in overtime.
See, anyone can win on any night when you take somebody lightly, right? You said it.
Yep.
At
Even
C066340,
Stamkos
Swayman are the reason they lost to Vancouver. Question them all you want for the peak and shootout decision, but going Sway VL isn't what cost them the Van game. Agree to disagree?
I think it's part of it. I don't think it's the whole reason. That's all.
At Ethan Russell 5512, Brickley said it best early. Thanks for getting him. This team is good when their best players are their best players. Do you think something is off with Pasta?
Nope. I just think this is the ebb and flow of the season.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a slump. He's a smidgen off.
Yep. He can't do it every night.
Happens to McDavid. Happens to McKinnon. Well, maybe not McKinnon this year, but everybody. All right, what else you got, Jimmy?
Even Stamkos got the OT winner for Nashville there. They're interesting right now. All right, go ahead.
Interesting from that. Those are the guys they need. That I mean, some
that you would think they're going to get traded.
Yeah,
yeah. And so now, if they keep winning, is Nashville going to fool themselves and be like, "Oh, we're a playoff team, and we're not going to trade. We're not going to trade Stamkos. We're not going to trade Marchessault. We're not going to trade this guy." This is the problem with the league right now, man.
It's so mid. Everyone sucks.
Yeah,
kind of mostly. Can you imagine what a payback it would be if Stammer ended up with the Panthers? Like,
well, I don't think he's going to Panthers. I think he's going to Leafs if he gets traded.
Are the Leafs going to be relevant by then?
Well, that's a great question. It's a very valid question. We should get into that.
Yeah, firing former Bruin Mark Savard. Yeah. Maybe next show.
Yeah.
What else you got? Hit me, Jimmy. Hit me. At C066342, the Bruins absolutely need this break right now.
We all do.
Yes, 100%. Anything else? Yeah, C066342. Once he didn't challenge their own goal, he shouldn't have challenged the Montreal goal. His message should have been, bleep happens, keep playing our game and save that TO. Yeah, great point. Now that's I 100% agree with you there, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. If you're going to challenge a goal, it should have been the first one. Or none.
Anything else, Jimmy? What else you got, buddy? C066342 again. If you're not going to get the points from Steve's, and you're saying VL isn't going to give you the points either, so why is it Sturm's fault for trying to shake things up?
Thank you, Chris.
Again, I disagree with both of you guys because, again, how many?
Because Brendan's Pat Burns, you know.
No, I'm not Pat Burns, but like VL's an AHL player. Like, at least you can see where Steve's game has improved since he's come onto the scene here. Okay. And I feel like he was still playing the body. Look at that shot tonight. VL doesn't bury that goal tonight. Are you kidding me? Like, again, if it was like some colossal upgrade, I'd agree with you guys, but VL's not good. Like, he's just not good. What else we got, Jimmy?
Well, wait, before we move on, Brendan, I know facts don't matter to you, but...
Oh, here you go. This is your favorite thing.
Well, Jeffrey Vial, 64 NHL games. Alex Steves, 34. So, just saying.
Okay.
So...
You mean that so he's played more games.
Who's more of the AHL player than those two? Yeah.
Vial.
I know, facts suck, eh? It
no, they don't suck, Jimmy, because
they do, because they just spoof the narrative. You hate it when that happens.
No, I don't hate it. See, that's the thing. You always do this, man.
Okay, so you don't hate the fact that you just got proven wrong, flat out.
How did I get proven wrong? Because
Vial played more games. Because Vial has played more NHL games than Steve.
He's also older. He's also older. Basic math, man. How old is Vial? Like 29?
28.
Okay, Steve's is 25. That's 3 years.
Okay, but still,
in that 3 years, like, Steve's was at Notre Dame, and
but who has more NHL experience?
Vial, because the numbers don't lie. But my point is, I'm not saying about what I'm just saying. Who is better? Who offers more to the team? Okay.
Well, at the current time. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to go in circles with you, but at the current time, the stats said that Vial had more to offer the team because Steve sucked at the time. And as Chris said, Sturm was just trying to spark the team. It didn't work. It happens.
But you can't spark the team with a donkey.
So now Vial's a donkey. Dude, who are you to call Vial a donkey? You couldn't hold his jock. Neither could I. He's an NHLer. Like, don't call a guy a donkey just because he come on.
He's not good. Okay. Anyway, carry on.
He says he's not good.
I don't think he's very good. I think Ethan doesn't think he's very good. I don't think Mark thinks he's very good.
Okay. But he's still got more NHL experience.
Okay.
And at the current time, Steve sucked. So still, it backfired. It didn't work. But it was
how many Steve's has what, 9 goals now? In how many games?
9 goals?
Wasn't it today his 8th or 9th? What was his number?
7 goals. He has 7 goals in 20 games.
Yeah, I'm still in the auto.
What does that matter?
All right, what else you got for it, Jimmy? It's all right. Yeah, it's all good. Jimmy, hit me. What else you got from the commenters? 8. He has 8 goals.
Well,
Jimmy, any more comments, buddy? There's that Mark Allward, 47-27. Steve's was regressing, but also sets the bar for what's expected down in Providence when considering recalls. See, there's Mark being neutral and making a good point.
Yeah, it's a very fine point.
At C066342, Janelle's role isn't a fighter on the team. Yes, he's a physical player who hits, but he's not a fighter. Yeah, but he's a damn good fighter when he fights.
I want to see him fight McDermott. See how that goes.
That probably won't go well.
Yeah.
At C066342. By the way, in case anyone missed it, Soderstrom sent to Providence earlier today. 19 days accumulated on the roster and 8 games played. Absolutely correct to send him down now.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent. Yep. And it's unfortunate that you have to play that kind of that kind of math because we're getting back to the return of Henry Yokiharu, obviously, and yeah, we know how that's going to go. What else you got for us, Jimmy? At C066342. So then why ever have 88 on the ice? He could get hurt anytime he's out there. The other team is going to target him because he's their best player. Fine, but last 5 minutes of a blowout, and you and Chris can go to P-Town in the summer and have a great time. You guys will enjoy it. Anyway, next question,
really?
Jimmy.
Really, dude? Grow up.
Just kidding.
I know, but come on, grow up.
I'll never grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah.
C066342. 88 was on the ice because he's trying to lead the team. To do that, he's going to be on thin ice. On the ice. I just feel like it's risky to have your best player, like with a bunch of goons, get hurt when the game's over.
So if you're the coach, let me ask you this. If you're sitting there and you're the coach on the bench, right? And Pasternak says, hey, I don't care what the score is. I want to be out there helping my teammates. You're going to look him in the eye and say, no, you're not going out?
Maybe at that point, if the game was already like whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And, this is like, other people have had this opinion. I mean, you know what I mean? Having him out there to risk injury in that type of situation just wasn't the best move on my part. And then that's an opinion take. I mean, that's not anything like factual or fact. It's just the way I do.
So let me ask you something though. Like the one thing I'm trying to understand about you, Brendan, is like, with all due respect, have as many opinions as you want. But when facts prove your opinion's wrong, why can't you admit that your opinion's wrong? Why is it still your opinion? It doesn't matter what the facts say. Because I'm telling you, it's a fact that Scotty Bowman wasn't telling David Pasternak to stay off the ice. Okay? Because that's how
I maybe disagree with
world works. That's how it works. Okay? When your best player is saying, I want to be out there, I want to help my team, even if it's mop-up time, I want to be there for my team and be a good teammate. Who the hell are you or me or Marco Sturm to say to him, no, sorry, Pasta, you got to sit down. Why? I'm not hurt. Because I said, I don't want you getting hurt. Well, then what's the point? Like Chris said, what's the point of me being out there anytime then? I can get hurt any shift. Why is it more so right now? Like, Brennan, he wanted to be, he should be applauded for wanting to be there for his team, and Sturm should be applauded for letting him do it. It is what it is. He didn't get hurt. Who cares? It's a moot point. Now, if he got hurt, you might have a point. I think Brendan froze. Hello. Yeah, looks like Brendan is frozen there. And you know what? It's getting late, my friends. So we're gonna let it go here. Listen, everybody, we appreciate you coming on. It's the holidays. I want you to have a safe and happy holiday out there. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate out there. Have a great time. We are gonna let you up. We got Brendan. There he is.
Live radio or technology is great.
No, you know what? I just got a text from Marco Sturm. He said, "Did I freeze him all right?"
There you go.
Marco did that to you. That's what happened there.
Good.
He froze you because he knew you were going to say something worse than you already said. That's all.
But Jimmy, that's like we all say worse things, and like
again, sometimes you got to just call a spade a spade. Chris is right. He can get hurt at any time.
Right, but I just don't feel like it. Like, okay, the Pats in the if the Pats are getting blown out, should Drake maybe out there?
It's a lot different. You can't compare that to hockey.
Oh, but it's a sport, and it's the coach whose job it is to coach the team.
Football, and when you have a whole offensive line targeting one play, defensive line targeting one play to rush in at one play. They're not doing that in hockey. You can't.
Who's the best player on the Red Sox?
Still apples and oranges.
But it's sports, and then the coach's job is to protect his players in situations where it can be risky. You can disagree with me on this, and because it's a semantic argument. My point is, why risk it? The Bruins, if we've said this on the air, if the Bruins lose Pastrnak for a sustained period of time, they're done. Over. They lost him for 5 games. They played a weak part of their schedule, and they barely went 3-2. Okay? Will you agree with me? If Pasta blew his ACL out the next game against Buffalo, they're cooked, right?
Yeah. And if I walk outside and a freaking tree drops on me, I'm dead.
I get that, but I'm just saying, why even risk it at that point? The game's over. Go have a beer.
The game's not over. It's never over to these guys. Don't you get that? They're athletes. They're pro athletes. They never quit. They never quit.
You have to protect the franchise. Like it doesn't matter what the sport is.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Yes, it does. A batter and a quarterback have more chance of getting hurt than a hockey player and a basketball player, because there's too many things going on the ice or on the court.
Some goons
as opposed to a baseball field and a football field. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know.
No, whatever. Look, I'm not going to go in circles because we'll be here till 2026. Agree to disagree
next week.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah. What else? Any other comments, Jimmy? At Mark Aldrich 47-27. The Bruins are entered in this game, but it got away from them midway through the game.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap her up, man.
Anything else, Jimmy? Any more comments?
Any questions? Like, there's one with Ethan Russell about McAvoy. That's a question.
Yeah, there we go.
See that? Can we talk about something serious? The McAvoy experiment for being on PP1 needs to end. Should it be low ride? Brendan will 100% agree with you, Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Charlie McAvoy hasn't been good this year. He's been better since he got the full shield on, but he's indecisive with the puck. He shoots when he should pass. He passes when he shoots. I don't know. It just, I know he was playing great in the Four Nations. That injury, he was ready to start the season. I don't know, man. It's just, and Jimmy's made point of this before, and you go to the gospel that is Puckpedia, and you look at the Bruins cap breakdown. You're paying Charlie McAvoy 7.75. Or I'm sorry, that was the last. You're paying Charlie McAvoy 9.5, and then you're paying Mason Lohrei 3.2, and you're paying Daniel Alfredson, Victor Arvidsson.
Daniel Alfredson.
yeah, wish they had him. $4 million.
Did somebody slip a little something in your drink tonight, buddy, or what? Time warp.
They've been flowing, but yeah, I would love the Bruins. Daniel Alfredson now would be an upgrade. But Yeah, they have a lot of money tied up in guys that, and you hated that move when they got it. You called it out. That's a bad move. This is that roster that Sweeney built.
What move did I call out?
Getting Arvidsson. You said it
Oh,
was
okay. I thought you meant Charlie McAvoy. I don't hate Charlie McAvoy. I think
no. But he's struggling. I don't think Lindholm's having a good year. He hasn't been that great. It's been a weird year. His defense and goaltending was supposed to be the backbone. They're having less issues scoring than we thought they would. And yet the structure in the defense doesn't seem to be there, and the goaltending lately. So I don't know. Again, the league's such a mess. Who knows? Colorado's going to win the Stanley Cup. Rest of it, who knows, right? Any other thoughts, Jimmy, before we let you go?
Nope. You have a wonderful Christmas, my friend. Same to your family, and same to everybody out there. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we need to discuss what we're going to do for next week because I'm back in Ireland as of Sunday. There's 2 games while I'm there. I think our best bet is to do it the day after. And
shorter trip, eh?
It's a West Coast trip as well, so it's better for you too as well. So let's figure it out. We'll post the times that we're going to be on.
Sounds like a plan, man. All right, yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Well, not Happy New Year yet. We'll be on before the New Year, but everyone have a great Christmas. You and yours, Jimmy. Take care, Jimmy in Montreal. Thanks for all your help as always. And we will see you later.
And before we go, by the way, too, great job to the Sick Podcast Network today. Ran a 14-hour marathon of broadcasting in honor of our great leader and owner, Sammy Cavallaro, and raised a ton of money for Cure SMA Canada. Thanks to everyone who donated, everyone who took part in it, and everyone who was watching all day. We really appreciate it. Thank you. It was awesome. And I can tell you right now, and I'm happy that Brendan's part of this family now too as well. But the Cavalaros are they're the best, and
great people. Yeah, great cause.
Merry Christmas to them, and we're honored to be part of this family.
Absolutely. Thanks again, everybody. Merry Christmas.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Bruins Vibes on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.